And as you all know, we're here tonight to more like show support, to encourage our daughter, our child. First, when I asked and they said she was 21, I'm like, wow. At 21, myself, I didn't have this, I didn't have this mindset. So, but first I'll say, let's give ourselves a round of applause. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you. Thank you.
It's all about humanity. It's all about service to humanity. It's an opportunity for you to impact your world. It's an opportunity for you to influence and be a positive influence to people beyond your reach. And I would like to welcome each and every one of us that this is something you're a part of. This is one of the best things you can be part of. This is one of the best ways to close the year 2018 and one of the best ways to launch yourself into 2019. On behalf of everyone that has been part of Millennial Hadassah STEM initiative, I would like to welcome each and every one of you. I value your time and I know you value yours too. On this note, you're all welcome to this program. Thank you very much.
We are all blessed with a gift that has been placed in us by God to help others. And so recently I've become to believe that my gift is to be a vessel of opportunity. My father created a platform for opportunity for me, as did his father. And I believe that it's my turn to now allow to create opportunities for young girls to study STEM and to impact the people around them. And so this is why I really started Hadassah STEM, is so that I can create an environment where young girls can come in and learn and discover STEM. And so I want to quickly break down what STEM means. So the S in STEM stands for science, and the T in STEM stands for technology, E for engineering, M for for mathematics. And so, sorry, I'm in mechanical engineering, so I quickly jumped to mechanical engineering. And so I want to highlight how our world is forming into a STEM world. Everything that we use, from Facebook to the internet, is all from people who are in STEM. There are 15 million other girls in Africa who don't have the opportunity to either finish elementary or secondary school because they aren't given the opportunities that I had. I just wanted to quickly address that. I know that there are many doubts as to my young age and whether I'm experienced enough, but I quickly just want to highlight that there is a cycle in this environment that you are witnessing right now. The wisdom from my father's Impact Your World and the compassion from my mother's Yo Foundation has given birth to Millennial Hadassah STEM, which in other words I'd like to call the future. Nigerian African women, we are smart, we are creative, we are beautiful, and we can evolve with our community and take our community to the next step.
It was sometimes in January. Tenny turned 21 in April, and she came up and said, you know, Daddy, what I see around, I don't want to celebrate me as one turning 21. I want to do it by giving back. So I asked Tenny, what do you mean by that? He says, I've been thinking about this project, and it's all about, you know, STEM. So I said, can you elaborate? She said to me, Daddy, I'm minority two ways. I'm a girl, I'm a black woman, and I'm then studying engineering. That each time I say I'm studying engineering, people look at me funny. And when I'm in the class, it's a martial world. And I realize that more women need to be in this program rather than see too many men.
One of the things we're here to do at the inauguration of the official inauguration of Millennial Hadassah STEM is to share from the abundance, from the little things we have, from the little things God has given us, from the much God has given unto you. You're welcome, you're expected, and we know you will be part of what God is ready to do through Millennial Hadassah STEM initiative.
Engineers and engineering is about dreaming big dreams, and STEM teaches you to innovate, to analyze, and to solve big problems. With STEM, you cannot go wrong. You have hands-on experience, you create things that are visible, and so you're able to get that credit attributed to you and pursue your career and design a career about what you're able to bring to the table. There's so many opportunities for young women in our society, but you have to work at it. It doesn't come easy. I think people have talked about studying engineering, and it is difficult. You have to do the work. Malcolm Gladwell, in his book, The Outlier, says you need 10,000 hours of practice to become a maestro. Starting early now says you have a higher degree likelihood of success than if you're starting much later on. You have to apply yourselves. But if you do, and you're privileged, truly privileged, to have the opportunity that each of you have today, then the sky is indeed the limit.
It's time now for you to drag some of your friends who think that science is boring, who think that science is not cool, and encourage them and motivate them, especially your young friends, your younger ones who may feel, or people who still believe that it's not the girls' place to do science and it's for the boys. That was so old school. That was so last century. This century, the women are taking the lead. The women usually are the smartest. They're the best at what they do, and they give the guys a run for their money. So I want to encourage you to continue to be that shining light for all the young girls and women around you. Even sometimes some people may believe that, oh, they're girls, they're going to get married and forget about it. But the truth of the matter is it doesn't have to be. There are a lot of us who are married and are doing very well, and we're still in science, we're still in technology, we're still in engineering, we're still in mathematics. So your career and your future doesn't have to end, at some point. You can take it to the very end.
I walked away from a job of $35,000 per annum to start a company that was new, unacceptable, and totally misconstrued. But I had my convictions. You need to find your inner self. Education is a deal breaker. My background as an engineer gave me an edge. I will tell you, no matter what you decide to do and become, please get education. You may not need the knowledge, but you may need the network. You may not know now, but seated among you today are senators, ministers, presidents, and CEOs of conglomerates. You need the network as much as you need the knowledge. Get your education. A whole lot of people thought I was mad when I left my job. I thought I was mad too, but I've never been normal. That step I took changed my life, not only because I had been opportune to meet world leaders and tell them what we do, because I've been able to impact a lot of people, change lives, and create employment. On the other hand, I've grown from the young female engineer to a globally renowned change maker. I have been named as an Obama African leader, a Tech Women Fellow, a Tony Onumelu entrepreneur, and many others. I have sat with Nigerian leaders to review policy that will enhance growth and youth inclusion. I have had my voice raised in support of young ones, and most especially females. Today,
one of you is going to win our Star Prize, the best engineering project. But before I say that, if I say the next Zuckerberg is going to come out from Nigeria, what will be the response? Everybody will say amen. But guys, it doesn't work that way. Amen will not bring our best Zuckerberg. So this is why Hadassah STEM has been set up. Newton's law of motion says every object remains in a state of rest except an external force is put on it. And that external force today is Hadassah STEM. Let's put our hands together for Hadassah STEM. So Hadassah STEM is pushing these girls so that someday we'll have the Zuckerbergs of this world. And there's a little story I like to tell when I'm talking about female technologists. When these two young men in California, who were Stanford PhD students, started a product every one of us use. I'm sure almost everybody in this room has used that product. Google. How many of us have used Google today? It has now become even an English word. They say what? Google it. That's how serious and how important that product or that invention is. But you know what? These two young men started this invention in Stanford University in 1998, exactly 20 years ago. And when they started this product, they were using their rooms in Stanford. But what happened? They said, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, they spoke to each other, guys, we got to get out of campus and get a base for ourselves. Guess what, guys? It was a woman, a STEM woman, who gave them that garage where Google started from. And that woman is Susan Wojcicki. Susan Wojcicki was the first marketing manager of Google. They used her garage. She believed in the vision of these two young men. That's why I say it's only women that has the capacity to give birth. Where were women in the house? So, even though Larry Page and Sergey Brin were carrying this in their womb, it took a woman who naturally has the ability to give birth to Google. Without Susan Wojcicki, there will be no Google. So, even though Larry Page and Sergey Brin were carrying this in their womb, it took a woman who naturally has the ability to give birth to Google. Without Susan Wojcicki, there will be no Google. So, that journey of Google started with Susan. And then she said, guys, I believe in your vision. I will be your first marketing officer. And that was how the journey of Google started.
We were privileged to work with Hadassah STEM this August, where we hosted the 21 girls at our 2-week residential computing boot camp. So, technology is the application of scientific knowledge to solve practical problems. And I'm sure, well, definitely we are all using products of technology in our lives. We all have phones. We all came here in cars. We're all here in a building. We watch TV. We use the internet. And those are all products of technology. Now, the commonly told story about technology is about the gender gap in technology. And that is a story that I think we all know, and we all know pretty well. Globally, the numbers of women in computing and technology is really low. I think the data says about maybe 35–36%. In Nigeria, the figures we have from NYSC shows that the numbers of women who graduate from science and technology courses from Nigerian universities is about 20%. So that is really low. If you got 20% in an exam, I mean, would that be considered a pass mark? Definitely not. Yes. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to encourage more girls in this field. Now, the fact that that gap exists does not mean that women don't have the capacity for computing and for technology. Women have actually recorded a lot of firsts in technology. The very first computer program that was written in the world was written by a woman, Ada Lovelace. And she actually had the vision that the difference engine that Charles Babbage was designing could actually be more than what he thought it could be. He was thinking of it as maybe a very complex sort of calculator, but she imagined that it could do so much more. The Wi-Fi that we all use, cell phone, the underlying technology was actually based on an invention by an actress called Hedy Lamarr. She was an actress and she was also an inventor. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on about the things that women have done in computing. So that goes to show that we have the capacity to make notable and significant contributions, and we can do so much more.
Engineering requires you to know mathematics. It requires you to know that thing that people say, I hate mathematics. I tell you, it's one of the easiest subjects to ever learn. Engineering means the world. It's creativity. Your ability to bring out that creative mind in you and put it out there for people to see. All of the sciences, the technology and everything cannot come to bear. You are the one that gives birth to all of those ideas and make it real. You're in this building today because of the engineers. You're sitting on chairs because of the engineers. Even your clothes, they're made by products of engineers.
Third runner-up. Third runner-up. It's my pleasure to announce our third runner-up as Miss Chisom Ude. She developed the website to battle anxiety using HTML and CSS. Our second runner-up goes to Idogo from Holy Child. Sharon created an application that runs on Android devices that enables students borrow books from their school library using her device. Our first runner-up goes to Miss Manafa Rita. She's not around. Okay, so the representative of the school should come and receive it on her behalf. Please, let's clap for Miss Rita. Put our hands together for our winner. An all-expense paid trip to Dubai. Who is our winner? Please, let's put our hands together for Miss Oyeleke Folamilade from Auntie Ayo International School. I heard she's in the US right now. So can the school principal receive this award? Demilade created an emergency application that communicates the user location to family and law enforcement authorities in case of an emergency and also doubles as a map. Girls, we want to appreciate all of you. Every one of you did well. I want you to know that your name was not called does not mean you are a failure. And I want you to celebrate yourself even if your name was not called. Let's put our hands together for all our 21 girls. All of them participated. They did something. And it's worth celebrating. That you made it amongst the 21 Hadassah STEM girls is enough to celebrate yourself. Please put your hands together for yourself. You all did very well. Excellently well.
So our winner for tonight gets a return ticket to the UK, courtesy British Airways.
So the winning ticket number for this return ticket is 877 5970.
On behalf of British Airways, I'd like to present this business class return ticket. There you go. Congratulations.
The winner will be for a generator. Ticket number 877 5971. Wow, Daddy. And your daughter was the one that picked you out. Let's put our hands together for Daddy. Is that your number? Okay, come, let me confirm. EFCC. Due diligence, let me be sure. See your daughter. Your daughter is blessed though. She picked you out. Hey, Chineke. Chineke. Where is Yoku? Hey, let's put our hands together for our daddy. Come on. All right. This is for a freezer. Okay. 8775 9, 6, 8. Another mommy in the house. Oh my God.
I appreciate everyone who stood by us today to make this day a huge success. I love you, girl. Just keep going on.